Hello everybody. I think I'm on. I have not done one of these talks in this way before. I've been a panelist for Llewellyn, but I've not spoken solo. So I hope you can hear me and everything is okay. It's kind of weird talking to myself, but it is something that I do sometimes. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for being here this morning. It's 9 a.m. here in Chicagoland. I'm not sure what time it is for you. It could be a lot earlier, a little bit later. But thank you so much for being here because it's early, it's your Saturday, and it's Juneteenth. Yay! Yay! It's Juneteenth. And also I want to thank Llewellyn for inviting me. This is a really auspicious and special day to me, has been for a really long time. And thank you so much for letting me be the person who can speak to this in a magical and spiritual way. I'm sure all of you out there have been hearing a lot all of a sudden about Juneteenth as it's become a federal holiday, another yay. It's become a state holiday here in Illinois where I live as well, and maybe in your state. So it's just a really special time. One of the things that I like to do on these special days like this is just like, think about this. Think about your ancestors. And oh my gosh, what Black people have gone through. Just for me to be sitting here in this chair, what my people went through during the Middle Passage, during enslavement. It's been really rough, and it is a dualistic time in society where like in the writing community, in the pagan community, there is a lot of outreach to Black folks and people of color. And I so much appreciate that. But also we're getting mowed down in the streets, hands up, and you still get shot. So yeah, I would call it a dualistic type of time period, but we're here to celebrate today. And that's what I'm going to help you do. Just telling you some of my story as a hoodoo. Did I even say my name? I'm Stephanie Rose Bird. I'm so sorry. I didn't even introduce myself, but I think you see my name someplace on your screen, so you know who I am. Those of you who have worked with me in the past know that I like to do lots of hands-on things and demonstrations, and I am in my workstation right now where I write my books actually, and articles and papers and things like that. So it's a really compact little space, but I'm going to try to pull this off in this small space. So one of the first things that I'm going to do is light a sandalwood incense. If you have incense near you, perhaps you would like to light some as well. And sandalwood is so perfect because it is a mourning and grief incense. So when I was talking about some of the sadness that I feel, sandalwood can help that dissipate. It's an air element, earth element, fire element, ether, and hoodoo is very elemental. We like to engage the elements, as do many of the pagan paths. So I'm lighting my incense and trying to let my sadness for enslavement and the continual bereavement and struggles of my people kind of dissipate for the moment into the air using earth and fire. Also, I really like lotus a lot. You might have noticed in my work that I write about lotus. I like to think about ancient Egypt a lot. It's a sensual, beautiful kind of herb that is in the soil, in the water, up in the air. So again, very elemental. And this particular candle, I don't think you can really see it very well. You can see the fire coming from it, but embedded in it are rose crystal quartz. I like to do a lot of symbolism with my rituals and my magical work, and it's important on a day like today. So with rose quartz, what I'm thinking of, one of the things you might have noticed, I'm one of those curious characters that always has my middle name everywhere. It's not Stephanie Bird, it's Stephanie Rose Bird. And there's kind of a special reason for that. My grandfather's sister was named Rose, and she was the most gentle, beautiful, wise, warm woman. I feel so honored to be named for that particular ancestor. And then also my godmother, my Aunt Rose, my mother's sister, was also named Rose. She was named for that Rose that was my grandfather's sibling. And she always had like the flaming red hair to go with it. Like she was like a red rose type of a person. So I wanted to find something that brought in my ancestry, my ancestors that are close in with my candle. So I was lucky to find this candle that has rose quartz that are charged, embedded in it. So while they are simmering, my incense is still going here. Hopefully I won't start any fires here on my notes. So I have my fires going, and all different elements that we so adore in Hoodoo are going and working their magic. So if you have a candle also, it would be nice if you lit one, something symbolic to you and your ancestry, to your people. I imagine that I'm hoping that a lot of the people who are visiting today are of African descent, and I welcome everyone always in my books and my practice. But I'm acknowledging particularly my Black visitors today and asking you to light an incense, sandalwood if you have it, frankincense would be lovely, lotus is nice, and also light a candle that is symbolic for you and your family. So we're going to do that. And then one of the things that I want to talk about today a lot is red. So in the African American flag, the Black Power flag, it's red, black, and green. And then in the Juneteenth flag, it's red, blue, and a little bit of white. So with the red, black, and green flag, I wanted to embody some of that today too. So I'm wearing a red earth dress. Yes. So yeah, with the red, it's a powerful color. In Yoruba medicine, it's called Pupa Medicine, P-U-P-A. And that is a type of medicine that is very important for today because it's heart, again, like the rose quartz. It's a heart medicine. It's for vitality. It represents the blood. In the red, black, and green flag, of course, red is for our blood that was spilled to help build this country, or to build it, how you might see that. I see it that way. We built the country and were not paid or seldom recognized for it, in fact, beaten down as we did it, but we did it anyway. So red is for the blood of the people. Green is for beautiful Mother Earth. and black is for the black folks, for black people. So, but in an herbal sense, I also wanted to bring it in. I know the blood is coursing through my veins. I know the blood of my ancestors is with me, very important element to my life and my inspiration. But I also am going to be sharing a tea that I made. So it's hibiscus flowers, which are from Africa. I believe it's West and North Africa that they originally grew very well. This is organic. And then some rose hips, organic rose hips. And again, bringing in that rose analogy. And I hope that you have some sorts of symbols that you can utilize today for your ritual. So what I did with those two teas is I let them not only steep in the sun, so it's sun tea and moon tea. I left it out overnight. I really like the twilight time. I like midnight as a power time. So looks very rustic here in my preserves jar, but you know me, I'm kind of a rustic kind of person. So yeah, the herbs are kind of still floating around, steeping. And you can see this is Pupa Medicine. It's red. It's symbolic of blood, of the blood of sacrifice and of resilience and carrying on. So, yeah. So what you would do with this is, I really don't want to kill my computer here. We're all together here, but you would just take a strainer like this and strain it into a glass. I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to drink some for energy. And it tastes nice. It's a little bit bitter because I left it steeping so long. So I would suggest also, if you follow my procedure and do the sun and moon tea, that after you strain it, you can either thin it with some spring water and or add some honey to it if you're not vegan. If you're vegan, of course, you would use stevia, the herb, or something of that sort. Monk's fruit sweetener is great. I love that. So yeah. Another way that the red is prominent in Hoodoo is in our flannels. And you'll hear me talk a lot about flannel in my books and my presentations. This is my personal mojo, and I can't open it because what's inside is private to me. But you see that it's red. Red is very important to Hoodoo and to African descended people and to Africans as well. So what I wanted to say about the bag, though, is that it's a really good day to feed it with some Hoyt's Cologne. Let's see if you can see it. And that is it's a wonderful scent. It's somewhat masculine and androgynous as well. So anyone can utilize it. The spirits love it. And when you drop a few drops on your mojo bag, you're feeding the soul. So let's see if I can get a little teeny tiny bit out. Just a little bit is all it takes. So yeah, today you can light incense. You can burn symbolic candles. You want to drink a drink. Red is important, so I would suggest in traditional Jubilee, Freedom Day, Juneteenth celebrations, people drink and do drink red, like fruit punch or strawberry drinks or something like that. But us sort of in the herbal community, I would recommend the rose hips and hibiscus. It's beautiful red for you. And then, well, I have some things that I put in my bag. I'm going to put them back in. Not really going to talk about them, but I'm putting them back in. And just wanted to show you that I value privacy. You know, I'm a public person because I am an author and I do presentations and lectures, but my hoodoo's pretty private. Even my family doesn't know what I get up to. It's just private. So I use a bag like this that I found at an Afrocentric bookstore, and it's handmade by a Black woman, and that is special to me. I don't necessarily want people publicly to know what I'm sort of carrying around with me. So the bag is perfect. It has a nice string to it with Cowbee Shells also that are very symbolic to us. They are used in divination. They were used in the past as currency because they're so important and beautiful. You can see also a bit of a yoni in there, female genitalia. Then you start thinking about Yemaya, and you just go on and on. So yeah, I will wear this crossbody on my body. And one of the things that everyone can do today, regardless of race, obviously this is going to become a national phenomena, and it's just amazing. I'm so happy to see this happen in my lifetime. And surprised, as I was with the George Floyd verdicts, but pleasantly surprised. Anyway, what everyone can do today is to support your fellow Black pagans. You can support Black business, as I did, by buying the carrier, or sometimes at Afrocentric stores or Black-owned businesses. They will definitely be selling some incense and things like that, and candles that I have shown you today and that you can use. I feel like there's been a little bit of saturation with Juneteenth, because it's like all of a sudden it's Juneteenth. For the world who did not know about that. So I want to backtrack a little bit and just say that Juneteenth is the day in Texas, in Galveston, June 19th, 1865, when the last of the enslaved were set free by Union soldiers. I really should have said that in the beginning. I missed saying my name, so you can tell I'm nervous, I'm excited, I'm really elated about this day. So I'm not doing things sequentially as I should have, but yeah, it's a really important day. I'm just so pleased that this is being celebrated nationally. We're having a parade where I live today. And yeah, everyone's like Juneteenth. So that kind of ends my talk for today, except that it's Q&A time. So I want to answer your questions and entertain your thoughts and do what I can do to help, if I can. So, hello, Celeste. Hi, everybody. It's so nice to have you all here. Hi, Laura. I don't know what kind of questions you might have for me, but I'm here and I'm open to you and ready to answer your questions. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. I wanted to share my books with you because some of you might not know about my books. So this is 365 Days of Hoodoo. And in this particular book, I have a whole chapter I have about 26 workings, meaning rituals, spells, tricks that are devoted to justice. So this is an important book if you want to continue along with this kind of justice thoughts and getting what's right, getting what's yours. Oops, my baby, Sticks, Stones, Roots, and Bones. I always call it that, and I also call it a love letter to my people because that's what it is. This is in its 14th edition, and some of you might have the book that's darker colored. This is the original. This is the one that I own, but there are 14 editions to this book, and I am so proud and happy and grateful to you, my readers, for patronizing this book. And then I have one other Llewellyn book here called it's 4 Seasons of Mojo. You can tell I like numbers a lot, but yeah, this is an herbal guide to natural living. Anyway, I'm just stalling to see what kind of questions you have. Okay, let's see. What are some other ways we can incorporate the color red into our workings today? You could pour a red libation of red wine. Llewellyn Books asked me that. And then Andrew Smith, I would really like to honor the struggle of Black people, and I feel one way is to honor their ancestors and their spirituality. But I worry that doing this through any type of traditionally Black spirituality is cultural appropriation. Do you have advice on how to honor Black spirituality as a white person? I would say learn about it, support us, support our books and events, and maybe just start like basic where you're becoming friends or socializing with people of African descent so that you really get to know about us and our spirituality and the deep basis from which it springs. Letitia is thanking me, and I thank you, Letitia, for being here. Yeah. Amethyst is thanking me for my, I think my presentation. I hope she's not saying my PR. Any special foods for celebrating Juneteenth? You know, I am not from Texas. Obviously, I'm from New Jersey. I live in Illinois. There are some traditional foods that are specific to Texas, where the last of the enslaved were set free. As I said, the red drinks are important. Watermelon, we love watermelon. We brought it over from West Africa with us. So, and any kind of soul foods. Yeah. And I write about some of the soul foods in 4 Seasons of Mojo. Okay, we in the Caribbean might not all look dark-skinned, but we all carry a strong African heritage. Drums and dancing is a great way to celebrate the heritage. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, dancing, camaraderie, being together. It's a very, I wanted to show you like how you might open your day spiritually, but then of course you're going to be probably attending parades and meeting up with people and having food and that kind of thing. So Pam says, I share your joy on this special day. Thank you for sharing your traditions with this humble viewer. I lit my earth and night candles. Excellent. My middle name is Rose. All right, all right. And after watching you, we'll have red wine for dinner. Oh, that's lovely. Me too. Me too. Thank you. Thank you, Pam. My favorite cousin. Well, I shouldn't say that, but my dear cousin is named Pam as well. So, yeah. Anything else? I am here at your command. Sorry I had trouble with the keyboard. Thank you for your presentation. I just ordered 365 Days of Hoodoo. Thank you, Amethyst. I think you'll enjoy it. There's so much work in there. And I wrote it, but sometimes I even forget what's in there. So I have to go through it myself. I'm constantly surprised with it because it's almost encyclopedic. It's one of my longer books. So. What? You're named after your great aunt Rose too. Are you actually my cousin? No, that's really cool. Thank you, Pam. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, I would just look deep, get creative. That's one of the things that pagans are known for, is our creativity, our depth. Get still. And if you get still and do that breathing and tap into your heart, I think that you will find many, many answers about Juneteenth and how to celebrate it. Oh dear, I was trying to keep my dog a secret. He is a Chihuahua mix, and he's very loud, and I had him taken outside, but I think someone heard him anyway. He's happy. He's with his dad, so he's fine. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel a lot of love today. I feel love. I feel warmth, and I feel a tremendous depth of gratefulness to you for being here, to my ancestors for allowing me to be here, and to Llewellyn for inviting me to be here. So thank you. I think it takes a certain time and age. I might not have said that 20 years ago, but I really mean it. I think the older you get, the more grateful you are for everything and for your time on Earth. So, yeah. So thank you guys. Let's see if there's anything else I can tell you about now that we're sitting here. Yeah, the red, black, and green flag is a new one. Not the red, black, and green flag. I know about that. When in the 60s, I'm talking about the Juneteenth flag, just kind of slipped up on me, and it's beautiful. So I would have liked to have had those flags with me today, but they're really back ordered everywhere. Everyone's like really into this, which is great. But I apologize for not having particularly the Juneteenth flag because it's unusual and beautiful and a newer addition to our celebrations. So yeah. So I think that's it. Thank you. Enjoy the day. Make yourself some. This is really easy to get a hold of, the hibiscus tea with rose hips. Use some Hoyt's cologne on your magical objects, particularly your red flannel, your voodoo bag. And yeah, just enjoy this day. This is really unprecedented. So enjoy.